And how is everybody doing right now? So this is our last live for the day. We are going to talk about how Marissa Matthews wants the world to accommodate her every need and desire because she is fat. Now, I have talked about a lot of the fat acceptance community for quite a while now, right? And there are some that are more crazy than others crazy. And for those of you that have been around a long time, you'll know what I mean when I say this. But this lady is Grandma Gary crazy. And for those of you who don't know who Grandma Gary is, this group of people that called themselves the grandmas in the fat acceptance community about 5 or 6 years ago literally tried to, like, there's a documentary about them coming after myself, Crystal, and the people that are around us. They released our business address, tried to doxed us, all this shit. Talked about how they don't play, like death threats. You watched the documentary last night. They're awful people. It's called the Dark Side of Fat Acceptance. It's on Tubi. You should watch it. It's by fuck, I can't remember his name. Connor. There we go. It's by Connor. You should. And are the grandmas still? I know. I haven't heard from them in a long time. What are they going to do? Like, that's the thing. What are they going to do? You know, the grannies attempted to get, like, when they realized they couldn't do shit to me, they would just went up to people that followed. Well, people could just follow and not, actually engage. It was a very weird time. Very weird time. Anyway, what they did was insane. They were full on crazy. This lady reminds me of that kind of crazy. Like, she just thinks like, Marissa Matthews, I should be able to just do what I want, say what I want. If you say something I don't like, I should be able to say something to you. You shouldn't be able to say something to me. That's what I think her inner voice sounds like. Loud mic. Good. Weird. All right, here we go. This is Marissa Matthews.
Okay, so this is my rant of the day about
shocking
fucking transportation that is public in our society. It fucking sucks.
There should be a size limit on public transportation.
St. Catharines, Niagara area, St. Catharines public transit, you're a fucking cuckold of a fucking system.
I love it. I absolutely love how, first of all, there's nobody else there. So it's not like it's like a high demand area that their public transit isn't running on.
803 on a fucking Sunday and there's no more buses. I think that is bonkers.
I fucking think that that's perfectly fine if that's what they want to do. You should have checked so you're not smart enough to check the fucking schedule. Right? Literally, you're not smart enough to check the fucking schedule. You should just have a car waiting for you.
Hire more fucking people,
lose some fucking weight.
A fucking better schedule.
Take responsibility for your actions and read a fucking schedule.
People's lives do not stop at 8:02 on a fucking Sunday.
Your life didn't stop because they aren't giving you fucking public transportation either. Your life is still going on. You're just suffering the consequences of your fucking stupidity.
Everything is expensive. Not everyone has the privilege to own a fucking car.
Then shut the fuck up and read the goddamn schedule for the public transportation that you are choosing to have. If you are going to make the concession of not having a car, and I know some people can't, but if you are going to not have a car, you would think, I don't know, you would read the fucking bus schedule.
People rely on public transit.
Yes, which is why they should read the fucking schedule.
Fucking get your shit together.
I love how she's saying, you guys get your shit together. I guarantee you that there is a publicly posted transit schedule online and everywhere around. I guarantee you that it would have been taken literally 1.5 fucking seconds of looking on fucking line to find out when the last goddamn train on a Sunday was, or last goddamn bus on a Sunday was. It would have been a matter of literally 1.5 minutes. And now you're just gonna make a 1.5 minute video because you are too fucking lazy to actually check a bus schedule, and somehow you're inconvenienced because the posted bus schedule doesn't have when you want something posted on. Do you realize how fucking privileged you sound? Do you realize how much you sound like you think life should accommodate your fat ass?
Blah, blah, plan ahead. Yeah, I know. The point is, I shouldn't have to fucking plan my life.
Why not?
Around the fucking bus systems not being accessible.
Why not? Like, if you choose to use public transportation, why would you not have to plan your life around the fucking bus schedule? It's not a limo service, you dumb hoe. It is the bus schedule. You don't have a car service that's going to take you everywhere you want to fucking go. It is a bus schedule. Know your fucking role. You're the fat comedy chick. You don't get limos.
People need days off too. Then hire more fucking people.
Should we hire somebody to read the fucking bus schedule to you? Should we hire one of them just to be like, hey, Marissa, just in case you need a bus past like 8 p.m. on a Sunday, we're not running any. Maybe you should change your fucking plans.
It's stupid. I should not
No, you're stupid.
have to Uber.
Yeah, you should. You should have to Uber because you were too fucking stupid to check the fucking bus schedule. Frankly, walk, bitch. You could use it. For real. Walk off a couple 100 pounds. You know? I don't even, like, how have we gotten to the point where this woman, who likely has not, been able to touch her own vagina in like fucking 10 years, how this woman is so upset with her own fucking laziness that she then wants to blame it on everybody else and broadcast it to the world. And then in a couple of days, she'll have a crying video like, people are so mean to me and my mental health is so bad. Like, no shit, your mental health is bad. We see you, we hear you, we know you're fucking crazy. And then I get people be like, why are you picking on the crazy people? I'm not picking on crazy people. I'm just highlighting that they're crazy. She does not know she's crazy. If she knew she was crazy, I would be like, hey, can I get you some help? Because we obviously know you're crazy. And she'd be like, fuck you! But I'd still be like, okay, but at least now you know you're crazy. You know? I mean, it's immensely ridiculous for this woman to come out and not read a bus schedule when she's like, I can't afford a car, so I gotta take a bus. You think you'd read the fucking schedule? You know, what the fuck? This is like, okay, so if she would buy a car, run out of gas, and then yell at the fucking gas tank, you should make a car with a bigger gas tank. It should fill itself. Like, what the fuck? You know? Hey, Sean, hey, Alan, I lost over 155 pounds in last year. Thank you, fucking hero. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very, very, very much. You're awesome. Awesome. So I'll take all questions. I'll take all questions right now. Ask anything you want. And by the way, Marissa, if you ever wanted to come on here and have a debate with me, I would gladly let you scream and yell, and that way I could laugh directly in your face, and you'd say shit that I would just be able to be like, thanks for showing you're crazy. And then we're done. Let's see. Can we find bicycles beefy enough for her? That would be riding a bike at her size. The bike seat would have to be seriously altered, or she could cause serious damage to herself, I think. I paid $500 for my daily driver. That's probably her food bill for the week. Or more. I know that sounds crazy, but or more. How can you live your life broadcasting yourself being a public nuisance with absolutely no consequences? Are you talking about me, or are you talking about her? So, because that depends on where our conversation goes after this. They also have an app that shows buses and locations in real time. Jesus. So there's an app for that too. So she's on her smartphone to film a video about being crazy, but that's fucking sad. Sad, sad, sad. Spent the morning at the gym. I could officially do 45 pounds on shoulder press. New record. That's out goddamn standing. Hell yeah. Tips for handling special occasion meals. Birthday dinner at a fondue place. Trying to make it the OMAD. Okay, so here's my suggestion for that. If you're going to do that, I would before you would go, even though it's not considered the same meal, but pre-meal it with like 8 ounces of ground beef or something like that, something to extra satiate you, and then just have a fun meal out, okay? That way you might not overeat for your birthday. That way you can still enjoy like a piece of the cake and stuff like that too. And what you should do is not only plan out your food for the next day, but make sure you have it already procured. Like I'm going to eat 4 eggs and 4 eggs and maybe a small piece of steak the day after I celebrate something or I have something like that. That is what you should do. That's my advice. Her parents must be so proud. No shit, no shit. I assume she's too big for a moped. Oh, I would imagine. I'd imagine. I just changed from an active job to sedentary, and I'm feeling a lot hungrier. I drink over a gallon of water a day, but I'm also adjusting from NOx shifts to days. Any suggestions? Yeah, I would really keep focusing on the hydration. Set your alarm. Since your job is sedentary, set your alarm for every 45 minutes into an hour. You stand up for that last 15 minutes. Just if you can just stand and read or something like that, just get some ambient activity by standing up, and make sure you're just constantly sipping water to try to get over the hunger. No morbidity and alchemy would both help with this, by the way. I'm just letting you know. They would both be tremendous aids for you. I love the channel First Live. Love Nomo and Alchemy. Hell yeah! Would you recommend Golden? I would. Golden is an amazing anti-inflammatory. Amazing anti-inflammatory. Can I repeat the Trinity recommendations again? Sure. Okay. So if you are getting the Holy Trinity Weight Loss Bundle, which by the way, it is right here. This is where you can grab the Holy Trinity Weight Loss Bundle. Please do so right now. Get that shit. At the AmbrosiaCollective.com. But I would suggest you take Ember, which is right here, by the way. I would take a half of an Ember first thing in the morning with about 30 ounces of water. Then I would drink a bunch more water from taking that until your midday. Try to get in a good 100 ounces of fluid by your midday, if you're like a 150 to 200 pound person. Try to get in, 75% of your total water for the day before your midday. Then take a second half of Ember and your first dose of Alchemy at midday. Then before your evening meal, you will take No Morbidity and your second dose of Alchemy, and you're good to go. You should have zero hunger on that. Like zero. Tons of energy, zero hunger, hopefully getting some good sleep. No, Marissa's nuance. Thank you very much. I just want to make sure. Any ideas for your birthday? That's so general, like skydiving. I don't know, it's just a very generalized statement. So, Talar, just it'd be a little more like if you're talking about food or fun or whatever. But I'd say go skydiving. I don't know. I'm curious. The last time a man saw I don't know why put that into the fucking atmosphere. I'm going to do that for mine at the end of the month on the 25th. I'd like to call my cake guilt-free. So here's the important thing. I think I answered your question when I answered the other person's question. But here's my thing about it. It is guilt-free because you're planning it in. Like if you're planning in a piece of cake on a day and you're making sure that earlier in the day you eat all protein, get plenty of hydration, then have a nice meal, then have a piece of cake for your birthday. If you've planned on that, you're not going off plan because you're also planning out the next day's food to make sure you stay in your healthy habits. So you have indulged. You have not gone off your plan. You are not on or off your diet. You are just living your life because your life does involve planning for special events, birthdays, celebrations, holidays, those sorts of things. So you've planned it in, and now you're planning in what you're going to eat the next day. That is my suggestion to everybody for their birthday meal. I had to use the Baltimore City Public Transportation. It is terrible. I had planned 2 buses ahead, and when I technically should have been able to leave. Oh, that's crazy. Didn't her mom come on doing a video defending Marissa? What? So her mother, who clearly did not do well raising her because she is a young adult fat as fuck. She's been fat as fuck for a long goddamn time. Her mother basically abused her via food and now is defending it. Shock. Crazy. Thanks, I take Nomo, but can't do Alchemy because my blood sugar runs low. That's right, I thought I remembered seeing you. So I would do Alchemy first thing in the day instead of in the evening meals. I would do it early in the day to help try to control your food while you're during the day. Hydration, stand up every 45 minutes for 15 minutes out of the hour. Do you still work out? Did you still work out hard when you had sleep apnea? Yes. I have one gear when it comes to working out, and that's as intense as I can make it that day. So yes, I did. It was horrible. I'm not going to say I performed well, because I performed like shit, but I still worked out very hard. I just didn't perform well. It was pathetic. Love the content. Thank you very much. Nanokination mentioned earlier for blood pressure. What milligrams do you recommend a specific brand? Yes, the brand that Mark and I are coming out with soon, we should be releasing for MTS Nutrition. But I do believe it's 1,000 milligrams a serving a day. I do believe, but I am not totally up on it. But there's lots of really, really, really good data that show it's better than statins. My Holy Trinity is sitting on my porch right now. I ran out this morning, so timing was great. That's out goddamn standing. That's great to hear. I'm thinking about going skydiving for my birthday in July. Ow, that's fucking awesome. Do it. What do you think about taking vitamin supplements? As long as they're third-party tested, it's pretty good. I take MTS Immortal. It's a vitamin and mineral pack every single day. I swear by it. Makes my nails hard, good for my skin, lots of energy, make sure I don't have any micronutrient holes in my nutrition. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'll buy it as soon as it comes out. Thank you very much. Me and Mark are having a talk about that later on this week, or next week, I believe. The weeks are very much running together because we're moving and shit like that. So, Chinese government is starting to address obesity because it's at 20% there. They are pushing diet, portion control, and exercise. They need to fucking push it way harder. We need to push it way harder. They know it's costly to them. It's costly to their people. Like, the way it's set up right now, obesity is pulling us all down. You don't need to be fat to feel the weight from obesity. The weight from obesity is societal, right? Like, you don't need to be fat to feel the weight of obesity. It's societal. In fact, I'm going to tweet that here in a minute. So, let's see. How do you know when to begin maintenance down from 320 to 138 as a 5'11 female, and I've never expected to have a normal body, but as long as I can grab a handful of stomach, I'm not happy with it. I'd say if you're 5'11 to 138, you should be going, you should try to just maintain that and build muscle out of it as much as humanly possible, because that is getting pretty thin. And if you were 320, likelihood of you grabbing stomach, that's loose skin. You should just learn to accept that. We just did a video talking about it. You should just learn to accept it. Your take on fructose, just rewatched Robert Lustig on it. My take on fructose is that it's very, very bad for the body. Fructose, like a molecule of sugar, for everybody, is made up of two molecules, fructose and glucose. Glucose is about 80% dispersed through the blood and the tissue of the body when you eat it, right? 20% goes to the liver to be processed. But for fructose, almost 100% of that is processed through the liver. And when you overload the liver with fructose, you get non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and diabetes. So my take on it is fructose should be minimized. Like, if you get fructose, it should come along in fruit. High fructose corn syrup should not be ingested unless you view it. Unless it's like part of the thing you're eating that's unhealthy for you. Like again, I'm not this like zealot of a diet person. Like, I'm going to occasionally have something that I know is not good for me just for enjoyment or flavor or taste. Rarely, But yeah, that's my take on it. It's horrible for you. Can't tell if loose skin will ever empty out or if I'll just deal with it, having a small apron, and the consequence is getting fat as fuck. I would suggest you talk to a doctor about it and maybe even a therapist about it too. I've arrived late to the stream, haven't I? YouTube didn't notify me, shocking, and I couldn't have enjoyed listening while sewing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Have you changed anything in your routine? You seem to be aging backwards since I first discovered you. Well, I don't fucking ingest 10 McDoubles at a time. At a sitting anymore. I've lost, since I first started the channel, or since the biggest I was on the channel, I've lost and kept off 100 pounds for years now. I changed my skincare regimen a while back. I don't use lotions or anything like that. I use olive oil, castor oil, and lemon balm oil that my wife mixes for me. and I use it daily on my skin. It seems to have removed a lot of like fine wrinkles and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm still very wrinkled up, and I've got scars all over my face and my head just from being a Generation X kid who've gotten fights all the fucking time. Like, my nose has been broken probably a dozen times. I've had surgery on my nose and everything like that because it got flattened and all sorts of shit, right? And it was actually used to be much bigger than this. But I drink a lot of water. I drink a lot more water. As a matter of fact, I need to get some water. I drink a lot more water than I used to, which is also very, very, very good for your skin. My sleep has gotten a fucking shit ton better, and life is just pretty good. Like, even though like I went through the whole pandemic thing, but like, I married the woman I love. We run businesses together, stay with her every day. We work for ourselves. So I don't have the stress of like the boss. She's the boss. Like, that's why I'm called the MFing COO. I'm the chief operating officer. She's the CEO. So I'm the motherfucking COO. You know. But so yeah, I've changed up a lot. Like, I've just started taking my health very, 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 very seriously. Tips for building mass as a woman: 25, 165, 5'4", 30% body fat, waist to height ratio, I think 0.4. So in other words, you have a very serious hourglass figure. Tips for building muscle mass out of it. I would just stay at a high protein diet, very consistent with a lot of hypertrophy work. So medium range reps, medium range sets, minimal rest periods to keep overloading the muscle, with some progressive overload planned in there. And then you can also make sure that you're doing a lot of leg day, because legs will help you out there too. So. I'll buy it for my dad once you release it. He controls his blood pressure and cholesterol with diet, refuses to take statins, and he's right. He is right. Statins. I don't know anybody that goes on statins that avoids the heart attack. I just don't. I have yet to see compelling evidence that statins are helping. Yet. Anyway, thank you for the advice, Jules. You're very welcome. Luska is proof that you have learned, gotten healthier, and appreciate your life. That's fucking awesome. I love that shit. Great fucking way to put that. How did the month of beef, beans, and rice go? Very good. Very, very good. We had, in full disclosure, we had one meal that we knew was going to be off because our son's birthday is in January, and we took him out to the restaurant he wanted to go to and ate whatever he wanted us to eat. And then when we were traveling, I did get Cordoba one day when we were traveling to the new house. But beyond that, it's kind of how I eat: beef, rice, mostly beef. I'm considering, once we get moved in, I'm considering doing a month of straight carnivore just to test it out. The reason why I haven't ever strictly tested out these nutrition plans before, because I focus my nutrition way more on controlling my binge eating. But I'm over 3 years now. I do my daily steps, and I'll still do my daily steps. And if I start feeling too restricted when I try all meat for a while, I will then just add some yogurt or stuff like that back in. I mean, I've tried vegan before. I was pescatarian for years. I tried vegetarian. I eat kind of like a very loose keto right now. And I also have, I've eaten a week at a time carnivore just kind of by accident, but I'm thinking about doing it like a very strict, I'm just going to do red meat, steaks, and salt and stuff like that, and see how I feel, and then go from there. Alan, what's your description what is your description of rarely for eating not healthy food? Once a month, my description, as long as it's less than 10% of your total daily total caloric intake, I don't see too much with it. Mine's normally about 5% of my weekly intake, to tell you the truth, because I do eat just basically rice, beans, veggies, and beef is what I mainly eat. But most of my ultra processed stuff is like protein powder and shit like that. That's mostly where mine comes from. But it's different for every person. I would say that at least once a week, have an item just for pleasure to make sure you're not feeling too restricted from it. Make sure you've planned the next day out so you have foods that will satiate you first thing in the morning and watch through. Make sure you go out to have this thing. It's just, you don't want to get too used to having your sanctuary, your house, be a place where you'll have things like this, And let's see here. How do I season my rice? Sometimes it's just oil and salt. Other times I'll put beef, like bone broth in it instead of water. I've also done it sriracha rice and stuff like that, just different seasonings. I make it all sorts of different ways. Statins just made my husband feel terrible. He finally dumped them and opted for vitamin K instead. Good for him. Good for him. Thanks for your help. You're very welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you. You're carnivore and you have cottage cheese and yoga every day. I'd be fine then. Be absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. I'm late, but I live in a rural area with from one bus. It's a nightmare for the elderly and disabled. I had to leave work so many times and almost lost job due to trying to help my mom. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Just has the most embarrassing conversation with my gynecologist. Oh shit. Oh shit. Baked oats saved my life when getting sugar cravings. Baked oats work. Yeah. Do you address all your clients how you addressed Matthew? You were very soft, to my surprise, with sincere intentions. I think these influencers would be encouraged by that and take you on your free help. That's how I talk to clients. I talk to anybody that's trying. I'm your biggest hero. I'm your biggest fan. If you're trying, I'm not going to bullshit you, but I will absolutely be your biggest cheerleader. If you are not trying, if you're just going to make excuses, I'm giving it to you both barrels. Because if the person isn't trying, if the person is not trying, they make it harder for people like Matthew, who is trying. They make it harder for people who have lost 200 pounds to keep that weight off. If the person's not trying, they're not just hurting themselves, they're hurting society and everybody else, especially other people trying to lose weight. You know? So absolutely, this is how I talk to all my clients. I'm very blunt with them, but I try to get to the root cause of their issues. Like, it's weird because, like, I understand I scream and swear and shit like that, but I obviously am I obviously give a fuck about weight loss and shit like that. But I also wonder, how do people think that we run a successful fucking business if they think that I would run everybody off, right? If you join my coaching, I know you're normally ready to hear the shit. Right? If you come to me for coaching, I know that you have accepted the fact that you need to do some shit, and I can help you. If I soft it and I beg people to come become my clients, if I beg you to become my client, and I'm going to be super sweet and everything like that, but then I got to have hard conversations with you while you're my client because you're fat and I need to get weight off of you. That's not going to work. If the person that you have to beg to get to be your coaching client is the person that you're going to have to beg to do every single thing, and then they're going to view you as letting them down when they don't lose weight because you have to beg them to do anything. But if they come to me ready to go and I am positive and I help them because they're doing a positive thing in their life, we have success. Lots of it. And I mean lots of it. I can't tell you how many people that are 200 pounds down. We've got dozens and dozens and dozens of people over the course of the last 5 years that have lost 100 plus pounds and kept it off. We've got hundreds, if not 1,000 people that have lost 50 pounds or more and kept it off over the last 5 or 6 years. This is what we do. I consider myself a very unique individual, but kind of fairly run-of-the-mill. I'm not the strongest guy. I'm not the most attractive guy. I don't have the best body. I don't speak the best. I don't have the best knowledge. I'm a very knowledgeable, very intelligent person, but I am consistent and I am who the fuck I am, right? I am not the best at just about anything, but when it comes to coaching people from morbidly obese weights to healthy lifestyles, I'm one of the fucking best there is. Straight the fuck up. I'm one of the best there is. Crystal and I are one of the best coaching programs you can find if you need to build healthy habits, lose weight, and keep it off. We are some of the fucking best. And by the way, leading into that, here is our 6 months worth of coaching. Whoop. Here is 6 months worth of coaching. You can check it out. Let me get it for you. We only have a few slots left. Somebody took us up on a slot just a couple minutes ago. Literally just a couple minutes ago. So we only have a few slots left. Here is the checkout link. Boom. There you go. All right, guys. This is, by the way, this is Daily Communication Weekly Video Conferences. I look forward to working with all of you. If you're wondering, you should sign the fuck up. I can help you. This can be the year you get healthy. I hope all of you have a great, great, great day. But I am about to go chill out with my wife and son, and I got tons of work I gotta do because, again, we're picking up a moving truck tomorrow. So I'll talk to all you guys tomorrow. I hope to see you soon. God dang.